Greetings, one and all. Welcome to NHL 19 Franchise Mode. Yes, it's that time of year again, ladies and gentlemen. The new NHL game is out, so that means we must start a brand new franchise mode. Now, I very much wanted the opinions of you guys, the viewers, as to how our first franchise mode in NHL 19 would play out. I put up a poll on my Twitter, at OddmanRushYT, follow me if you haven't done so already, asking what type of team you wanted me to play as for this series. The highest voted choice was to play as an existing NHL team rather than a personally created 30-second team, which sounds pretty good to me considering we didn't do that in either franchise mode series last season. So let's just set up a classic mode and put in our GM name. Of course, it's going to be Oddman Rush. Do you expect anything else? So Odd Space Man with a cheeky bit of Rush. There we go. Wonderful. Perfect. Oddman Rush. Lovely. Let's build our dynasty. So then I also put up another poll on Twitter with a choice of 4 different NHL teams to let you guys decide which team we played as. And it was decided that the team we would command for our first NHL 19 franchise mode series is the Winnipeg Jets. Yes, we are going to be taking the helm of the Winnipeg Jets, who with a roster full of superstars in almost every position, look set in their sights to win their first Stanley Cup championship in franchise history in the next few years. Very shortly, I would say. Now, just to give you an idea of how this series will work, I will put the game on Superstar Hardcore mode to give us the most difficult, unforgiving, yet most rewarding simulation possible, exactly like our previous seasons on this channel. I'm also planning to have the same episode format, with each season split into 3 or 4 episodes. The first half of the season, the second half of the season, the playoffs if we make it, and the off-season. Oh, and one more thing, I am planning to play 5 seasons for this franchise mode series, but if this series happens to become super popular, or enough of you guys want me to keep playing it, then I'm happy to carry on. But we'll see where we are after the 5 years, see if there's still a lot of interest, see if you guys want me to move on to a different team. So, let's get this show on the road, shall we, guys, with the Winnipeg Jets. The Bell MTS Place is the name of our arena now. We've got some pretty decent players. Blake Wheeler, who just signed a contract extension with the team. Mark Scheifele and Patrick Laine. Oh, this is going to be a good team, ladies and gents. So, the Winnipeg Jets. Let's take a look at the division alignment. So, we are 93 overall. We are the highest overall rated team in the Western Conference. And we are tied the highest overall team with Tampa, Toronto, and Columbus. Columbus, that's an interesting choice out of the lot. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So, take a look at the career. Owner mode, yes. Salary cap on. GM firing, yes. Fog of war, we're going to go into that in a minute. I think it will give us the tutorials on it. Morale meetings, player morale, CPU trades, and assistant coach edit lines. Not really. I'd rather do it myself. Auto finances, no. So, all of the auto stuff has been turned off. It means we get the most control possible. So, Superstar difficulty, I want to change the style to hardcore, though, because I hate myself, and I want to see myself suffer. Where is it? Is it in this one? Difficulty Superstar, it might be in the next one, actually. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Advanced settings, it's probably in here. Superstar, playoff series length, yes. Can we go assistant coach edit lines minimal? Yeah, they do have minimal, wonderful. Okay, good. Just want to double check everything. And there's no gameplay sliders, so I guess we'll have it like that then. Okay, so Superstar difficulty, 25 years franchise mode. We probably won't play 25 years, but there you go. Period length, 4 minutes. We don't play our games anyway. We simulate them, in case you didn't know. Unless it's like the last game of the Stanley Cup Finals we're about to win. Competitive style and fantasy draft. Perfect. Let's start our career. Are you sure you want the salary cap on? Definitely. I definitely want the salary cap on, because otherwise this is going to turn into pre-2004 NHL, and we could have like 1 billion superstars on our roster, and automatically be guaranteed the Stanley Cup, which wouldn't be fun, you know? I'm an advocate for the salary cap. I think it helps balance the league and make it more competitive. You're allowed to disagree with me. I think there's some good arguments to disagree with me. But that's just where I stand on it, you know? So, let's take a look at this new career. Processing. Good. Or processing, as you North Americans will say. New career, here we go. So here we are in our new career. So, are we allowed to just get going? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, let me just go into our line so we can take a look at our team. They have introduced a new type of system here. The assistant coach can help. No, thank you. So they've introduced a new type of system in which you have the binoculars. If you can see them under Patrick Laine's name. Hello, Patrick Laine. How you doing, bud? There are 4 little lines next to it. That means that we've fully scouted these players. Now, there will be players throughout the league and throughout juniors, which we'll need to hire scouts for, in order to make it so we know as much about those players as possible. For example, there's Fog of War-ons. That means if I want to trade for a player from another team, I need to have scouted them first to know what I'm getting. Or I need to have, if I want to make sure I'm getting the player that I want, it would be wise if I send a scout over there to go and scout them out. And very similar with the junior ranks and finding future draft picks, you've got to make sure you send the right people to do the right jobs and make sure you send them scouting and put people that are in the best position to scout the junior leagues as opposed to something like the NHL. If they have a better rating for the junior leagues, put them there, make them scout, and hopefully, I think there's 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and 4 lines. I think there is like a progression system there. But anyway, let's take a look at our team. So, our first line is Patrick Laine, Mark Scheifele, and Blake Wheeler, the 89 overall line, and I bloody love that. That's brilliant. Second line, we have Kyle Connor with Brian Little and Nikolai Ehlers. 85 overall Nikolai Ehlers at 22 years old. He's going to grow into a superstar. So we've got Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor is 21, so he's looking like he'll grow still. And we've got Brian Little. He's kind of capped off, as has Blake Wheeler. But, wow, 4 out of our top 6 could still keep growing overall points. This is going to be a great franchise mode, folks. Then on the third line, we've got Matthew Perreault with Adam Lowry and Brandon Tanev. Decent line there. Decent line. Decent third line. Then on the fourth line, we have Andrew Kopp with Jack Roslovic and Marco Darno. Hey, Marco Darno, the guy that can't quite find a consistent roster spot on any team he's been in. Then defence, we have Jacob Trouba with Big Buff, Dustin Bufflin. Then Jake Morrissey with Tyler Myers. And Dmitry Kulikov with Ben Chirot. Chirot? I think it's Chirot. I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments how you actually pronounce his name. I want to make sure I pronounce it properly for the future. Then goaltenders, we of course have Connor Hellebuck. 87 overall goaltender, 25 years old, so he's still got a bit of room to grow. And Laurent Brassard, I think. Scratched, we have Joe Morrow, Nick Patan, and Tucker Pullman. Okay, so we've got some decent players here by the looks of it. Let's take a look at our IHL squad. So we have Nick Curdles. Nick Curdles was always a pretty good player. He always grew to like an 82 overall when I had him in franchise mode. Mason Appleton with Seth Griffith. Then we have Brendan Lemieux with Michael Spacek and JC Lippen. Then we have Christian Vesalainen with Janssen Harkins and Dennis Everberg. Then we have Cam McLeese with Felix Gerard and Axel Blomqvist. Defense, we have Sami Niku, we have Peter how do you say that name? Stojkovic? I don't know. Then we have Cameron Schilling, we have Nelson Noguier, Logan Stanley, and we have Charles David Boudon. Then goalies, we have Eric Comrie, who's 23 overall at 80. It makes sense to leave him in the minors. And Ken Appleby. Okay, so we have some decent players in this lineup, I've got to admit. Need to see what the salary cap situation is as well. But I want to check scouts first. Before we carry on, I want to look at scouts. Oh, we can view our draft class. That's pretty cool. Or is this the upcoming draft class? So this is the upcoming draft class. Right. So Keith Ellison, Israel Yashin. That's an interesting name. So we've got unknown means they have no bars. 1 bar very inaccurate. 2 bars inaccurate. 3 bars semi-accurate, 4 bars accurate. Okay, so this is starting to make sense to me. This whole scouting system, I've never really looked at it properly before, so I'm interested to see what it's like. So, assigned scouts. Let's take a look at some scouts. So, we have some scouts here. He's an A+ overall. Wow, he's a decent scout. He's an amateur scout. He likes to go to the he's in the AHL at the moment. Let's change his region. Where would he like to go? Where's he good at? I need to see his stats first. Let's take a look. Scout info. There we go. That's what we want. He's a scout overall. Yep, he's good with goalie stats. Okay, so he's a good goalie guy. He likes to go to La Liga or Russia. Okay, you know what? I'm going to send you to Russia. I don't want you in the amateurs. I want to send you to Russia, please. So, go to Russia. Scout there for me, please. Wonderful. Is he already there? I don't know. Current assignment, SHL. I don't care. It will take your scout 3 hours to travel to this region and cost you $560,000. Oh, come on. As if. So this guy's currently scouting the WHL. He's good at finding everything, to be honest. He likes to be in the WHL, so that's fine. He can stay in the WHL. Fournier. So what does this mean? What does this one mean? Currently scouting. Okay. Scout name. So current assignment. So they've got specific players that they're looking at. This one isn't looking at anyone specific. He's in the AHL Pacific Division. He's good at scouting physical stats on skaters. AHL Pacific Division he likes to be in, or he's familiar with that region. Okay, that's good. Conboy, he's looking at some OHL players. He likes to be in the OHL, so that makes sense. He's pretty decent at looking at everything, but athletic stats in goalies he's good at finding. NHL Atlantic for Whitaker. NHL Atlantic, he's a B. I'd rather send him to the NHL Central, actually, because he's better at the NHL Central. So North America, NHL Central Division, please. There we go. Travel time, region accuracy. We've already got one scout in the region. Costs $233. So that seems fairer, you know. We got Matt. Is this Matt Carl? Mark Carl. So he's in the NHL Pacific Division. He would rather be in the NHL Atlantic Division. Well, let's send you to the Atlantic. Scout specific. Oh, wait. Select. Scout a group of players. Oh, no. I'm not fussed about that. Change region. So he wants to go to the Atlantic Division. This might take a little while, but this is the first time I've looked at this, so I'm wanting to make sure I get it right. So he wants to go to the Atlantic Division. Atlantic Division. We've got no scouts in that region. $737. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Bergfors, NHL Metro Division. Let's just take a look. NHL Metro. Yeah, he's good there, but he'd rather be in the Pacific Division. Or he could go to the AHL Pacific. You know, I'll leave him in the Metro. I'll leave him in the Metro Division. Is that Chris Drury? That's Casey Drury. See, one thing I did hear that you could do with this game is old players could be brought in to be scouts, which I think is pretty cool. I'm hoping to find some of them at some point. A- scout efficiency. That's not too bad. So he's in the AHL Central. That'll do. A- in the AHL Central. You know what? I'll take that. No, wait. AHL Central. I was looking at NHL Central. How silly of me. AHL Central. Yep, A+. Okay, so it makes sense for him to be there. AHL North for George LaChance. AHL North. A+. Perfect. Who is this? Casey Drury. He's in the AHL Atlantic. Yep, makes sense for him to be there. Petrolainen. Petrolainen? Yeah, Petrolainen. I think I got that right. He's in La Liga. He's an A in La Liga, but the Allsvenskan he's better at. I'll leave him in the La Liga for now. NHL Central for Sestito. NHL Central. Yep, he's good there. Okay, good. Fleury in the queue. He's in the queue. Yep, makes sense for him to be in the queue. I just want to make sure all of my scouts are in the right place. USA East. USA East. He's an A-, so I'd rather send him to the USA West. Because there's some better players there. Or he's better at scouting players there. Oh no, wait, wrong one. I want to go to the USA, don't I? USA West, please. There's plenty of players there. $735. God, these plane tickets, they're expensive. So let's just make sure we've got everybody. So then we've got Hilpert in the DEL. Do you want to scout the DEL? Yep, he's A+ in the DEL, okay. Goldobin. He's in Russia. He's good at scouting the Extraliga. Let's make him scout in the Extraliga then. Okay, let's go to Europe and make him scout in the Extraliga. Extraliga, there we go. Boosh. Okay, that's going to cost me some more money. So we've got all of our scouts travelling at the moment. We can hire some more scouts as well. We might do that at the end of the episode. USA West. He likes that. He's good at the USA West. You know what? I'm going to send him to the USA Central. Because then we'll have a scout in two different places. We don't want our scouts in the same place. USA Central, please. There's more players in the East, actually. Of course, because there's quite a lot of good hockey teams in the East of America. Right, I think we've sorted out our scouts. Perfect job. Okay, now let's take a look at franchise overview. Let's do a bit of upgrading. Why not? Let's have a look. So, I'm just doing all the admin stuff to begin with. Have fun. Parking lot. Let's make a level 2 parking lot. A level 3 parking lot, and it'll take us 112 days. It's just over $1 million. There you go. I think that's pretty decent. For some reason, the bathrooms always need to be repaired at the start of a franchise mode. I'm not quite sure why, but I guess the GM just likes to take really big dumps during the off-season. Probably all the stress with the draft and free agency. So, we have preseason coming up, don't we? Let's simulate a little bit. Owner expectations. Odd man rush. It's a new season, so let's get right down to business. I have set goals for the upcoming season that I would like you to accomplish. Have a look and ensure you are clear on my expectations. Remember, I will be evaluating you based on how well you perform in these goals. So we are the state of the team is a champion, not surprised. Win the Stanley Cup, be first in our conference, 52 wins, and 6 home playoff games. Wow. The sky really is the limit for this team. Jesus. Budget allocation, perfect. This is my favourite bit. Oh, scout travel's become a new one now. Interesting. Scout salaries. Ah. Okay, so advertising. Let's take some money off that. Scout travel. I'll put... I'll put the max on scout travel. Scout salaries, I'll put a bit more on, but then arena operations can get the other $500,000. There we go. Save budget. Wonderful. Okay, so auto-assign promotion nights. I really cannot be bothered to go into all that stuff. So, before we start the season, I want to take a look at the free agents. Is there anybody interesting that we should pick up for our team? We've pretty much got a solid roster here at the moment. Mike Camilleri, he's supposedly 83 overall. We've got $9 million in salary cap space. That's pretty decent going, to be fair. Mike Camilleri, he would be good at an 83 overall. He'd be a good depth signing. You know, I wouldn't mind putting him on a 2-way contract. Seidenberg, we need to scout some of these guys. Do we get the choice to scout them? Maybe we have to choose to scout them. I don't know. Lucas Spisa, an 80 overall, because he might not be an 83 overall, that's the point. And I quite like that fog of war aspect, actually. The only person we know exactly is Lucas Spisa, an 80 overall defense. So if we have any injuries, we know there's a fair few amount of free agents that we could bring in, which is nice. What does the owner want from this tab? Nothing by the looks of it. There's some willingness to move the Winnipeg Jets. Let's hope they don't. So let's go to the start of the regular season. We'll take a look at how our team performs in preseason. Let's go to the regular season. So the last... Okay, so we're going up to the 4th of October? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Because the rest of the games are preseason. So we've won our first 2 preseason games. Against Dallas, another preseason game. Jack Roslovic is injured, but I'm sure he'll be okay. He's recovered. Knew it. When they get injured in preseason, they always come back, which is really helpful, actually. It's really good. Waivers will be in effect. That's not a problem. So, I think we went undefeated in the preseason. Updated owner goals. We're still champion. Make the first round of the playoffs. 43 wins. Top 5 in the conference. I'll try my best. And he's updated them again, and they're back to the way they were before. Okay. Please don't do this every single day. Right, so, game number 1 of the season. For those of you who don't know how this works, we do period-by-period simulation for the first 10 games of the season to see where we're at, and then we just go simulate through, like, the calendar. Right, hold a team meeting. So we need to see which lines are working, which players are performing well. Team meeting. The real season is here, boys. We all to go out there and bring your A game. And they all love it. Of course they do, because I am a genius. I'm the best GM in the world. Right. So, let's go to our first game at the Enterprise Center against the St. Louis Blues. Here we go. Game 1 of the season coming up. Winnipeg Jets. Let's win this. Get our season off to a good start. Shifley against Shen for the opening face-off. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. First period. Okay, it is a 1-0 lead. Matthew Perreault scores the first goal for the Winnipeg Jets. 18/19? It is 18/19. I was going to say 17/18, but it shows how much I'm living in the past, ladies and gents. But Matthew Perreault scores the first goal for the Jets' 18/19 season. 1-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. 13 shots to 10 in favour of the Jets. Second period. Okay, what's happened here? 2-1. Ryan O'Reilly scores his first goal as a member of the St. Louis Blues, but Marco Darno has the game-winning goal currently. Nice job, dude. 24 shots to 16 in favour of Winnipeg. Let's go ×8 simulation for the third. Let's see what happens. Why not? Let's do it. Hopefully they don't tie the game. I've probably jinxed myself. Yay, Jacob Trouba. Thanks for getting the insurance marker, bud. Really appreciate that. A power play for the Jets. They can't quite capitalise, but they've got 35 shots on goal. A power play for the Blues. Can they get anything done? No, they cannot. Winnipeg Jets, they don't score on the power play, but their penalty kill picks up the slack. And that's what I like. Perfect. So as our first game of the 18/19 season comes to an end, the Winnipeg Jets win 3-1. Perfect. So goals from Marco Darno, from Matthew Perreault, and from Jacob Trouba. So our top 6 haven't scored a goal yet. Interesting. You would think that all of our offense would come from the top 6. Owner goals have been reevaluated. Please go away. Right, so game number 2 of the season at the American Airlines Center against the Dallas Stars. Blake Wheeler with 2 assists, though. I don't know how he managed to get there. Must have been a power play goal there somewhere. Right, Blake Wheeler against Jason Spezza for the first opening face-off. The first opening I don't know. First period. Okay, so 2-0 lead to us. Shifley and Patrick Laine score on Ben Bishop. See, I call out the top 6. 2 of our best players managed to get a goal each. Lovely. 12 shots to 9 in favour of Winnipeg. Second period. Okay, they managed to get one back by the looks of it, but Mark Shifley with his second goal of the game. Sagan scores on Brassard. Oh, wow, we've got our backup goalie in today. 22 shots to 14 in favour of Winnipeg. You know, let's just simulate it. And third period. Okay, wow, we managed to win. Jamie Benn and Alexander Radulov managed to tie the game, but Blake Wheeler and Morrissey managed to get the goals to make it a 5-3 victory. So every single player on our first line got a goal in that game. I love my first line. This first line is brilliant. Wow, Shifley. 6 points in 2 games. He's averaging 3 points a game. Jesus Christ. That's impressive. Owner goals, goodbye. I really don't want to have to look at you changing owner goals every single day. So here we are at the Bell MTS Place. Our home opener for the season. Here we go, boys. Let's do it for the home fans. Let's do it for the Jets fans. Let's do it, guys. Little against Emerson Eatham for the opening face-off. Emerson Eatham currently playing with the LA Kings. I mean, it's a weird situation here, ladies and gents. First period. Okay, they managed to get one on the board. Ladu scores on Connor Hellebuck. No idea who he is, you could probably tell. 12 shots to 10 in favour of Winnipeg, though, so the hometown team is getting shots on goal. Come on, Jets. Second period. Okay, they've managed to add another one on the board. Anze Kopitar scores on Hellebuck. 20 shots apiece. Let's go times 8 simulation for the third. Can we come back in this? Trevor Lewis scores on Hellebuck. Power play for us and we can't score on it. Winnipeg Jets. We're not going to get shut out in our home opener, are we? Ifalo scores on Hellebuck as well. It's a 4-0 rout. Blake Wheeler manages to break the shutout on Jonathan Quick. 8:32 left in the third period. That looks like it's going to be all she wrote. Oh, that's a tough game. Anze Kopitar gets an empty net goal because this game hates us. And a 5-1 victory for the LA Kings over the Winnipeg Jets. So that wasn't the best home opener. I mean, I wasn't expecting to win every single game this season, but that's a bit of a rough game. I mean, at least we didn't lose by, like, 1 goal. Because those, especially in regulation, they're the tough ones. 7 points in 3 games for Mark Shifley. Okay, we're against Nashville again, I believe. We played Nashville for the first game, didn't we? I can't remember. Roslovic against Bonino for the opening face-off. We're away once again at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Come on, Jets. Bounce back from that loss. First period. Okay, good. A 2-0 lead. Adam Lowry and Marco Darno. So we're getting some depth scoring here on Pecorine. 3 shots on goal for the Nashville Predators after the first period. Wow. That's really bad. Come on, boys. Second period. Okay, they managed to get 2. Well, Craig Smith manages to get a pair, but Sherratt manages to get a goal. It's a 3-2 game. Let's go times 8 simulation. 28 shots to 17 in favour of Winnipeg. Times 8 simulation. Let's get that insurance marker, Winnipeg. It looks like we're going to need it. A power play, a 5-on-3 power play. Please kill it. Thank you very much, Winnipeg. And Matthew Perreault scores. Beautiful job. A power play for the Nashville Predators. And Kyle Turris scores on Brassard. Oh, this is a close game. Brassard, just hold the fort. Hold the fort, Brassard. Hold it. Thank you very much. A 4-3 victory against the Nashville Predators. Perfect job there, gents. We're starting to get the hang of this now, boys. Connor Hellebuck has been injured with a sprained thumb. Oh, God. Oh, this is exactly what we needed. Exactly what we needed. Right, goalies. Okay, so Comrie. Have we already brought up the other guy then? Let's go goalies and go NHL. No, where's our other goalie then? Oh. Okay, let's just go auto-fix roster then. So Eric Comrie's been called up. You know what? I'm going to have to sign another goaltender. Let's do that now. Hopefully we find a decent one. They're upset because Eric Comrie left the team. He's probably on a one-way contract, isn't he? He's probably on a one-way contract, so it means we're not going to be able to waive him. We might have to waive Brassard. Steve Mason. Yeah, we can have him to... Yeah, let's sign Steve Mason. He's not asking for very much. Less than $1 million for 1 year. Okay, Steve Mason, you can have your contract, buddy. Andrei Pavlik, Oscar Lindbach. let's send... Yeah, let's just sign Steve Mason just in case. Because then we'll have 4 goaltenders in the system. Okay, so game number 4 on the season against the Carolina Hurricanes. So, owner goals and expectations. The good thing is, Hellebuck won't be gone for very long. That's the good news. So, 8 points in 4 games for Mark Scheifele. He's getting assists like crazy. Game number 5 on the season. At home. We need to win a game at home here, Jets. And the great team to do it against is the Carolina Hurricanes. They're a bit mediocre. Please don't jinx me there, game. Shaw against Roslovic for the opening face-off. Come on, Jets. First period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to the Hurricanes. Justin Falk scores on Eric Comrie. Great. 11 shots to 7 in favour of Carolina. Second period. Okay, we've managed to add one back. Tyler Myers on Peter Mrazek. Good job, son. 21 shots to 14 in favour of Carolina. Okay, times out simulate the third period. An early power play, but they don't score on it. Thank you very much, penalty kill. Come on, Jets. Let's break this tie. There you go, Brian Little. I ask and I receive. Thank you very much. Power play for them, and Michael Furlan scores on Eric Comrie, so it's a tie game again. Jets, let's break the tie late in the game. Let's do it. Why not? We deserve it, Winnipeg. There you go, Mark Scheifele. Thank you very much. You listen. Wonderful. Brilliant job. 3-2 victory against the Carolina Hurricanes. Comrie wins in his debut this season. Good. And Mark Scheifele with the game-winning goal. Thank you very much, bud. So we move on to the Edmonton Oilers. 10 points in 5 games. Scheifele's going to be a stud. Connor Hellebuck is back. Wonderful. So I need to check. Let's have a look. So Steve Mason is signed with the team also. We don't have to waive Comrie. Perfect. So we'll send you down to the minors then. Brilliant. Okay. And then in the system, we should have Steve Mason. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Let's go best lines. Okay, Steve Mason has accepted our offer. I just realised that Steve Mason was part of this team, wasn't he? I love how it took me this long to figure it out. Because they traded him to Montreal, and then Montreal bought out his contract. And now I've re-signed him to a much lower contract to play for our AHL team. I literally just realised now that Steve Mason did actually play for the Jets. I was like, who did he play for last season? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I'm just a crazy person. Right, 10 points and 5 games for Scheifele. Game number 6 on the season against the Edmonton Oilers, who have not won a game so far this year. Let's keep it that way, Jets. McDavid against Scheifele for the opening face-off of the game. First period. Okay, it is a 3-1 lead. Andrew Kopp, Jacob Trouba and Brian Little. Leon Draisaitl, the German beauty, manages to get a goal to break the shutout. But 10 shots to 6 in favour of Winnipeg. 3 goals on 10 shots. Cam Talbot, step it up, son. Second period. Okay, looks like another 2 goals. Bufflin and Laine score. And third period. Not going to waste any time. A 7-4 victory. Pontus Aberg, Lucic and McDavid get goals. But Kyle Connor and Brian Little add a couple more goals. 7-4 victory. So Kyle Connor 3 points. Little 2 points. And Laine a 3-point night. A goal and a pair of helpers. Wonderful. So Scheifele almost 2 points a game now. Gah! Disgraceful. Nope, we don't need to worry about owner goals. I assume that Laine or Wheeler has scored the most goals in our lineup. I don't know. So game number 7 on the season. Where are we in the standings? Okay, we're top of the division. Makes sense. It's a tough central division as well. So game number 7 on the season against the Vancouver Canucks. We've had a couple of bottom feeder teams to play against though. We've had a couple of contenders though as well, to be fair. Scheifele against Sutter for the opening face-off at the Bell MTS Centre in Winnipeg. First period. Okay, it is a 3-3 game. Jesus. Brock Besser scores, Tanev scores, Wheeler scores, Besser scores, Trouba scores, and Sutter scores. So Besser already has 2 goals in the game. Tanev, Wheeler, and Trouba scored for us. So we did have a 3-2 lead. We had a 2-1 lead, and then a 3-2 lead, but they've tied it again. 17 shots to 9 in favour of Winnipeg. Come on, Jets, let's shut this game down. Second period. Okay, we've managed to get another goal. Nikolai Ehlers on Jacob Markstrom. 29 shots to 16 after the second. We're going to go times 8, simulate the third period. Come on, boys. Don't let them score on the power play. Thank you very much, penalty kill. Our penalty kill is pretty solid, to be fair. They've done a decent job so far. So let's get that insurance marker, Winnipeg, and then I'll feel a little bit better. I can breathe a sigh of relief when we get that insurance marker. Or we could just win it like this. Okay, Kyle Connor with the insurance market empty net goal. I'll take it. Cheers, guys. Good job there, Jets. So, we've only lost one game so far this season. We are 6-1-0 in our first 7 games. Blake Wheeler, 12 points in 7 games. He's got 9 assists on the year as well. Central Scouting has released their latest set of draft rankings. Let's view the draft class. Why not? So, Ellison is meant to be the one first overall. Yashin is a high elite player, as is Glenn Yim, as is Capo Caco. That is a great name. That is a tremendous name. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's... We're probably not going to get any of these guys, to be fair, because we're looking for a deep playoff run. Oh, hello. So the San Jose Sharks would like our second round pick and Brendan Lemieux for their second round pick. I'm going to decline that trade. To be fair. Thank you for the offer, though, San Jose Sharks, but I'm not interested right now. So, we're up against the Arizona Coyotes for game number 8 on the season. Okay, let's see how we do. So, Fisher against Kyle Connor for the opening face-off at the Bell MTS Centre. First period. Okay, it is a 3-2 game. So, Hinostroza, Keller, and Krause all score for Arizona. Line and Wheeler get a pair back. So, good. So, we've fought back in this game, but we're still 1 goal down. Come on, Jets. Second period. Okay, a 5-2 game. Richard Panik and Derek Stepan score. It's not looking very good, is it, ladies and gents? 29 shots to 27, though, in favour of Winnipeg. And third period. I wasn't expecting much there. Mark Scheifele gets another one just to pad his stats, but it's a 5-3 victory for the Arizona Coyotes. Josh Morrissey has been injured with mild concussions. Assistant coach replaced the player because he'll be back soon. Probably be back before the next game. He'll be back against the Maple Leafs, definitely. So, against the St. Louis Blues, can we stop doing the Oda goals, please? So, the St. Louis Blues, who were one of the other teams that I suggested we could play as for this franchise mode series. They're 5-1-1 in their first 7 games. This is game number 9 for us. Let's win it. We're at home again. We've got a better away record than we do home, which is a bit of a shame. Roslovic against O'Reilly for the opening face-off. I think we've already played them this season, haven't we? First period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead. Tyler Myers and Mark Scheifele. Wonderful job, lads. 11 shots to 10, though, in favour of St. Louis. And they're on the power play heading into the second. Second period. Okay, we managed to get another one. Brandon Tanev scores on Allen. And third period. There you go. Blake Wheeler scores. We get a shutout for Connor Hellebuck. 4-0 shutout against the St. Louis Blues. Good job. And the last game of our first 10 of the season will be against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are 3-6-0 to start the year. Wow, that's pretty rough. We are 7-2-0 in our first 9. That's pretty decent. Wheeler and Scheifele have the same amount of points. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's take a look. So, Matthews against Little for the opening face-off of the game. First period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game to them. John Tavares, of course, he scores on Brassard, and so does Andreas Johnson. But Brian Little gets one on Calvin Pickard to cut the lead in half. 11 shots to 10 in favour of the Maple Leafs. Come on, Jets. Second period. Okay, no score in the second, so still a 2-1 game. I'm going to go times 8 simulate the third period. Let's tie this game, Jets. I'm feeling one of you can come back and score the game-tying goal for us. Come on, boys. You know you want to. You know you want to help GM Odd Man rush out. Come on, let's not end our last 10 games, or the first 10 games of the season, with a loss. You know you don't want to do that, Winnipeg. Winnipeg, maybe? No? Okay. So, a 2-1 loss against the Maple Leafs. So, we are 7-3-0 in our first 10 games of the season. That's good enough for first in our division. I mean, Dallas have a chance to jump higher than us, but that's pretty decent. Let's take a look at our team leaders in points and all of that. So, 16 points in 10 games for Blake Wheeler. 16 points, I believe, for Scheifele. Yes. 11 points for Patrick Laine. He hasn't really scored many goals so far this year. Wow. Ehlers has 8 points. Little, Connor, 7 points. Perot, 4 points. Trouba, 3 points. All goals. Tyler Myers, 3 points as well. Is there anybody that... Wow, Dustin Buffalo, only 3 points on the season. So it's 3 players. Patan, Pullman, and Morrow who haven't scored any points. And that's only because they don't actually play. Okay, decent. Not too bad. So let's go through the next 10 games of the season through the calendar. And see where we're at after the first 20 games of the year. After the first quarter of the season. So, we just played against the Maple Leafs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, yep, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, let's go up to an away game against the Wild. So Josh Morrissey is available to play in the game. We may as well just go best lines. Yeah, let's just go best lines. Why not? It's really not going to change very much because they've stayed the same, to be honest. Owner goals, goodbye. Please stop. Please stop with the owner goals. So, stop. Against the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. We win 1-0. Good shutout. Kulikov's injured until November. But he's bottom sixth. Well, he's a bottom pair defenseman, so that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but we've got a player that can replace him quite easily. As opposed to losing, like, losing Bufflin. Dennis Everberg is back. So we won against the Maple Leafs in revenge. 2-1. Good, good. Tyler Myers is injured with a concussion. Okay, best lines. Against Florida, a home and home. We win the first part. And we lose the second part. Okay, so we've got another shutout on the year. That's 3 shutouts so far this season, I'm pretty sure. Got 10 wins on the season. 10-4-0 to start the year. Tyler Myers is back. Not too bad. Please stop with the owner goals. Oh, EA Sports, you need to patch that. That's really annoying. Manitoba players injured. Manitoba 7-2-2. They're having a good season. 3-2 win against the Colorado Avalanche. Lovely job, gents. Then we have a home game against the New Jersey Devils. We win 4-2. Wonderful. This Winnipeg Jets team, they are steamrolling through the NHL right now. Okay, against the Stanley Cup champions. A 4-3 victory. There you go. Dmitry Kulikov's back to the lineup as well, which is great. Home game against the Buffalo Sabres. Looks like we're on a homestand here, which is pretty decent. Against the Buffalo Sabres, we win 4-3. We can win those close 1-goal games as well. That's what I like about this team. 3 of our last 4 games have been 1-goal games, and we've won every single one of them. And another one against the Vancouver Canucks, and we win it. Good, we've got some solid defense here. They're not the strongest part of our team. Shootout loss. It's not the strongest part of our team, but they've managed to do a decent job. They've limited the amount of goals quite nicely. So November's been a pretty decent month for us. We've lost 1 game in regulation and 1 game in overtime, or shootout, I should say, so in extra time. That's decent. We are 15-4-1 so far this season. We are tied with the Blues and the Stars. 29 points in 20 games for Mark Scheifele. That's pretty decent. I won't complain about that. Then we have 28 points for Wheeler. There you go. Laine started to pick up the points. 26 points in 20 games for Laine. Kyle Connor, 12 points. Little, 10 points. Ehlers, 11 points. Sorry, there are 11 points, not 10 points. Dustin Bufflin only 7 points on the year, but as long as he does his job, I won't complain. So we're a very top-heavy team at the moment, although our depth does seem to come through and score some decent goals for us. So let's hold a team meeting. I'm pretty happy with how well this team is playing. Let's just go to halfway through the season. Dustin Bufflin is a leader. Morrissey is a leader in this lineup too. Everyone in and outside the league will be watching tonight. Give them only positive things to talk about. Everyone except Brassard likes it, which I won't complain about because he's the backup goaltender. Okay, so let's go back to the calendar. Let's find 21 games, and then we will be halfway through the season, and we can end this episode, hopefully, on a high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Wait, I'm confused. Wait, let's do that again. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the Blues, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... 20, 21. So we want to go up to another away game against the Minnesota Wild by the looks of it. So an away game against the Wild. Let's start this off with a win, gents. Come on. Start it off with a win. Oh, hello. So the what they call New Jersey Devils, that's who they are, would like our second round pick of the draft, which will likely be a late pick, for Ben Lovejoy and 2 draft picks. 1 4th round this year, 1 4th round next year. Trade players. Yes, the trade player screen. I know how to trade players. Indeed, yes, and their trade value. Interesting. Ben Lovejoy, what's he like? He is 81 overall. He's a right-handed shot. 34 years old. That is a decent offer. I'm not going to accept it right now, but if he's still available at the trade deadline, we need a bit of help on the back end, I might go for that. 2 back-to-back. Wow, we've got 3 straight shootout losses. So we've got 3 points in the last 3 games. It's better than nothing, but I'd rather win them. You know what I was saying about winning those 1-goal games earlier? Yeah. Oh, we lost 5-0 against the Penguins. Oh, that's rough. Trouba's out with a fractured jaw. He'll be out till December 10th. Stop with the owner goals updates, please, game. It's so irritating. Another overtime loss. We're getting points, but we're not really getting enough points. This year's going to be good for rookies. Good to know. Okay, Johnny Boychuk. No, I do not want that contract. Okay, New Jersey Devils, we take a loss. Good, okay, so we're back on the winning path against the New York Rangers. Thank you, Rangers. See, I knew my favourite team would help me out. Against the Islanders. Come on, we've got to take a win here as well, please, gents. There you go. Back on the winning path. Don't really want to look at the draft list at the moment. Owner goals, goodbye. I just want to see the calendar for 5 seconds without you changing my owner goals every day. Kyle Connor's out till February with an MCL sprain. Oh, that's rough. Okay, shootout loss against them. Roman Polak is being put on waivers. No, thank you. No, I don't need Roman Polak. I say that, but we've lost a load of games in a shootout recently. But we're now starting to get on a bit of a winning streak. Well, we're not. We've won one game. We're now going to 500 a little bit. 18, 17, and 5 so far this season. Against the Edmonton Oilers, we take a shootout win. Good. Okay, so the Islanders want Roslovic and our first round pick for Thomas Hickey, Mark Stewart, and Lucas Beasley. I don't need that many defensemen. You've basically got half a defensive core there, guys. Good. A 4-3 win against the Blackhawks. 2 straight 1-goal game victories. Josh Morrissey's been injured. This isn't good. The good thing is we've got enough depth. Overtime win against the Lightning. Good, good. Josh Morrissey's back. Perfect. Please stop. Please stop with the owner goals. Overtime loss against the Kings. We still get a point, so I won't complain. Keep going. Against the San Jose Sharks, a 5-4 win. Good, good. The Vancouver Canucks. Stop it, game. Vancouver Canucks, a 2-1 loss. Okay, that's our first regulation loss in quite a while. Andre Schuster and Luke Shen. No. Simply put. These are interesting trades, and I'll look at them more next episode during the trade deadline, but I'm not really that interested. Wow, okay, Travis Hamonic. They say he's a medium elite, but he's definitely not. That's due to lack of searching. He's an 83 overall defenseman, 28 years old. He's got the potential to be an elite, but he doesn't because he's 28 years old. A first and a third round pick for him. No, I'm good. I'm good. Home game against Calgary, a 6-2 win. Good, good. Home against the Minnesota Wild. Oh, Connor Hellebuck's injured until February. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Tampa Bay, that's an awful offer. Why would you be making that offer? So Steve Mason's back with the team and we get an overtime loss. Thanks, Mason. Shootout loss against the Oilers. As long as we keep picking up a few points, I'll be okay. Sakara and Russell, no. They see that we need defense, but I don't know why they're offering so many like really bad depth defenders. At least we got a win against Pittsburgh, though. Niku, Jets for Brody and Stoke. No. 3-1 loss against Dallas. It's our first. We're not having many regulation losses, which is good, but Andrew Kopp's injured until February 2nd. So we've got a fair few amount of injuries at the moment. Ben Lovejoy again, no thank you. And here we are. So, at the halfway through the season, at the end of our simulation of 21 games, we are going 25, 9, and 8. So a lot of lots of post-regulation losses. But that's okay, actually, because we're only 2 points back from first place, and we've got 2 games in hand on them. So this is pretty decent, to be fair. I'm going to hold a team meeting, check what the injury situation's like and everything like that. Locker room chemistry, 75%. It's another rivalry game, and they all love that, because I'm great. This is an interesting situation we've got here. 49 points halfway through the season. Well, just over halfway through the season by the looks of it. 49 points in 42 games for Mark Scheifele. 47 for Patrick Laine. Blake Wheeler's got 46, so once again a very top-heavy lineup. Perreault and Little both with 26 points and Ehlers with 25. That's not too bad. Okay. Bufflin with 20 points on the year. I actually want to check now the entire league. Who's leading the scoring race? So 32 goals for Alexander Ovechkin. So Patrick Laine's got a bit to catch up on. Scheifele is third in the league in points, though. Ilya Kovalchuk's got 47 points. Fair play, Ilya Kovalchuk. He does not look like that anymore. He needs a new player picture. 21 goals on the season for Ilya Kovalchuk. Good job with the Kings. 35 years old. Fair play to Ilya Kovalchuk. He's doing a good job. I mean, the New Jersey Devils and most of the fans of the league still hate him, but there you go. So, let's take a look. Just before we finish up, let's take a look at our team and our power play, penalty kill, all that stuff. So, the Winnipeg Jets, we've got 58 points on the year. 69% point percentage. So, goals against per game, 2.62. Goals for per game, 3.12. That's good. Power play percentage, 22% on the power play. That is decent. And 81% on the penalty kill. I want to look at this. I want to look at this and see how good that is. We're 4th in the league in points. Wow. Of the top 5 teams, 4 of them are in our division. Wow. No, 3 of them. No, 4 of them. Wow. That's pretty crazy. I'm not surprised. I did say the Central Division was a tough division to play in. So power play percentage. We are 6th in power play percentage. And in penalty kill, we are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're 17th in penalty kill, so we might need to improve our defence for the penalty kill. But the power play, we're doing pretty well, actually. We're very much an offensively minded team, which I quite like. But, I mean, we've got to be scoring goals in order for that to be a good thing. You know, if we stop scoring goals, then our strategy kind of fails. But anyway, yes, I am going to end the first episode of our new NHL 19 franchise mode series here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.